The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi, everybody. I want to welcome you to our first monthly email marketing webinar. My name is Holly Grundon, and I'm the creative director here at Be Mighty 2. We're very excited to have you here for our email marketing webinar, and I would like to introduce my co-host, lead generation director, Craig Camara.
Thanks, Holly. I'm glad to be here. So we want to take about 30 minutes to give our presentation, and then at the end we'll take some time to answer some questions. So if at any time during the presentation you have a question, please type it into the control panel to the right of your screen, and at the end of the presentation we'll answer those questions. So let's get started. So just to get the ball rolling, let's start with a quick definition of what email marketing is. Email marketing is a form of direct marketing using email as a means of communication or selling products and services. So in plain English, that means using an email marketing platform to target specific audiences with emails designed to create knowledge of a business, sell products or services, offer deals and coupons, create relationships, and all that sort of good stuff.
We can't stress enough that this doesn't mean just using your Gmail or your Outlook to send emails. For email marketing to be successful and to be successful for your business, you really need to use an online service or platform. There are a lot of programs out there for you to use. We have a service called Mighty Mail, for instance. But with Outlook or Gmail, you have no way of knowing who has opened your emails or who's clicked on your emails or shared your emails, and you have no way of tracking that information. But when you use a service, you get all that information. You can see who's opened your emails or who's clicked on them or clicked a link to your site. It gives you information on who's shared your campaign across social media, whether it's Facebook or Twitter. And all of that information is very valuable to you as a small business owner. And that information is going to help you create effective email campaigns. So let's talk about, why email marketing is useful for your business. Next to your website, email marketing is the most important tool you can use and have in your bag, your arsenal to use for your business. I would put email marketing before Facebook or Twitter or Pinterest. And it should be the platform that you go to. If used in the right way, email marketing can drive sales for your business for very little investment.
And that's a good point. For example, if you take $30 and spend it on Facebook for one promotion, you're probably going to get about 24 hours worth of promotion. Whereas with email marketing, if you take that same $30, you can be able to send an effective email campaign to all of your subscribers, all your clients, your contacts over a 30-day period rather than just the 24 hours.
And one reason email marketing can be effective is that people read their emails every day. Usually it's the first thing they do when they wake up in the morning. They're constantly checking email all throughout the day. I know I am.
Mm-hmm. I am too.
And they'll check it, before the end of the day. And with iPads or a smartphone, people are so connected these days, and your emails are at your customers' fingertips, and it's in their inbox instantly. So it's a great way to get your message in front of your customers. You can't always depend on that they're going to go to your website, but they will get your email in their inbox.
And so not only do people read it every day, but email marketing is just about the most cost-effective way of online marketing for your business. You can send out an email campaign for just pennies per email. And you compare that to a snail mail campaign where you could send out postcards or pamphlets or brochures, and those would cost anywhere between $1 and $1.50 per piece of paper. And those snail mails are easy to throw away. You can't track the response. But with email marketing, you can track the data. You can see who opened it, who clicked on the email, who clicked on the links, who shared it through Facebook, Twitter, who forwarded it to a friend. And not only that, but you can automate it. You can set up autoresponders. You can schedule your campaign a month or even a year in advance. It's a really helpful tool. So
go ahead, Greg. Sorry.
So as you can see, email marketing is a pretty awesome tool to market your business. However, you can build an amazing email campaign with great content, but if you don't have anyone to send it to, the email is going to be pretty much useless. So you need to be constantly building your subscribe list.
So let's talk about building your list, because it's probably what's on all of your minds right now. Building a subscribe, I think to start with, you want to really make sure that you have subscribe forms on your website. It's a great way to start to capture that client. Our software, Mighty Mail, works seamlessly with all the sites that we build. We embed all of our sites with the subscribe form, and we make sure that it has a nice call to action and that it's always front and center on the site. And the great thing about this is, as soon as somebody subscribes to your newsletter or that call to action, their email is instantly added to your subscribe list in Mighty Mail.
I mean, you could even do something as simple as having a notepad and pen in front of your cash register where people can sign up for news from your business, or sign up for a newsletter, or sign up for promotions. And likewise, you could even tie a promotion into the sign up. For example, you could send a 10% off coupon to everyone who signs up for your newsletter in your business. You really want to make sure that you're incentivizing signing up for your emails.
And I think another thing that you want to make sure that you're doing is you want to make sure that any print material that you're going to do, or anything you're going to send snail mail, you want to always make sure you're including your web address so that people can find you on the internet. And that snail mail piece of promotional material could include some type of, like Craig was talking about, some type of coupon or incentive for them to check you out on the web, to sign up to get more information about your business.
So really the message here to take away is that you should be constantly growing your subscribe list. You really need to be trying lots of different methods, and really there's a lot of ways to do it, so be creative. Find different ways to do it. Find what works best for your business, because each business is different. Each one of these subscribers represents a potential sale down the road. So the more subscribers that you have, the more sales you're going to generate.
And we all want sales.
Yes, we do.
So let's talk about creating a plan. Once you have your subscribers, the first step is going to be to put some type of plan into action. And you're probably thinking, how do I develop a plan? How do I get started? The first thing you need to do is you need to set goals. And some of your goals could include, how many emails do I want to send? Do I want to send once a week? Do I want to send twice a week, once a month, or just quarterly? And you need to make sure that you are setting attainable goals, something that you're going to be able to set yourself up for success. And make sure that you're not taking on too much, and then you're going to fall short and then just not follow through. So set yourself up for success and set some goals. To also be successful with your email marketing, you do need to be realistic about what you can do. And sometimes every small business owner is doing multiple jobs, but so you want to think about, am I going to be able to write my content, or am I going to have to outsource my writing? Am I going to be able to take on designing my own campaigns, or do I need to outsource that as well? And there are solutions for either way that you choose to go. The second thing to kind of setting yourself up for success and creating your plan is to have an editorial calendar. And you can just stop in at Staples. You can pick up, a cheap calendar, and you can start to block out and plan for the future of your email marketing. You can outline the types of content that you want to write, and you can block it out by week or by month. And you can decide, I'm going to offer certain promotions this month and different promotions the following month. You can also plan in advance, and it'll help you sculpt your the content that you're going to be writing about, and you can have content prepared and written, so you're not always struggling at the last minute to pull something together. You could have content all planned out up to 6 months in advance, or even a year if you're really ambitious.
Yeah.
But remember, don't take on too much. You can start small and then build up.
And just to jump in here real quick, we'll talk about spam later, but spam filters are going to notice if you go from sending 0 emails to 10,000 in a day. So you really need to start small and grow your list as you go, or else you kind of run the risk of becoming spam. And now the amount of success that your campaign will have will really depend on how strong your content is. The stronger and more engaging that your content is, the more opens, the more clicks, the more shares, and then further on down the road, the more sales you're going to get.
So let's talk a little bit about creating content and how to grab the attention of subscribers.
Yeah.
I think one way is with really strong calls to actions. And a call to action would be something like click here, download now, sign up today, or if you're a nonprofit, maybe you're asking for people to donate. Or maybe you have classes that you're offering and you want to drive people to sign up for a class, and then direct them to a sign up form or a landing page.
And you want these calls to action to be measurable. So you want to be able to track their success. So if your call to action is sign up now, you want to be able to check how many have actually signed up. Or if it's download now, you want to see how many people actually downloaded the content. So you really want to make sure that your calls to action are actually driving people back to your website, because that's really what the point of email marketing is to create interest for your business. And you want to be bringing these people back to your website so that they become regular customers, and then eventually become advocates for your business. So that's really what the point of email marketing is. So you need to make sure that these calls to action are actually driving people to your website.
And another great thing to keep in mind is you want to get to the point. People are busy, everybody's on the go. And so when you're creating and building that campaign, you want to put your offer front and center at the top of that email, so that is the first thing that they see.
And when you write your emails, you should keep in mind how people are actually going to read them. A lot of people actually tend to skim emails, and that's why it's important to have the offer at the top and all the other news underneath it. But you should also go through and bold or make important information a bigger font, so that as they skim that email, it stands out.
Yes. Yeah. I think it's kind of like reading the newspaper or a magazine.
Right.
You always read the captions.
Right. So another great way to create strong content is to personalize your emails. And if you have that information in your database, it's great to include a name into it, even something like their business name. It really makes them feel like it's targeted to them personally. And with Mighty Mail, you can actually populate your emails with subscribers and with their names, other information directly into their emails, so that it's personalized for each one of your subscribers. And this is going to help you create relationships, and it's going to make people much more likely to respond and click and share your emails.
That's a great point, Craig.
So we're going to take a minute here to kind of go through what makes an effective email campaign. The first thing is you really need to be a thought leader. You need to be creative, and you need to build credibility about your business. A great way to use email marketing is not really to directly sell your product, but to sell your credibility. You want to make sure that your subscribers know that you are the go-to expert in your field. So that's a great way to do that is with a monthly newsletter, blog posts that you connect to your email, lots of great stuff like that.
You also want to offer something to your customers. So you want to make sure, that you can offer special deals just for people who have subscribed to your newsletter. They may not get that offer on the website. They may not get that offer if you're doing any type of print. They're getting those special deals by subscribing to your newsletter that you're sending out.
And that's something to offer. It could even be something as simple as information that they never knew before, something about in your field of business that they didn't know before. So you want to make sure that your content is exciting and it has a strong call to action as well. You want to be able to drive customers right back to your website. You want to create interest in your business. You want them to come back and want to find out more about what your business does.
Yes. Sometimes it's just nice to be able to tell your story.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about automating your marketing because being able to automate certain tasks is going to be able to save you time. Autoresponders are a great way to easily keep in touch with your customers, with your subscribers, and you don't have to manually do each little piece. You don't have to manually reply to each email. And if you use a online program or some type of software, it's going to allow you to do the autoresponders, and it does the work for you. They're also very timely, so you don't have to set time aside to respond. Here are a few ways that you can use autoresponders. Let's say somebody signs up for your newsletter on your site, and the autoresponder sends out an email to the subscriber thanking them for the sign up. So it's instant, and you've touched that new person that's looking for more information about your business.
Yep.
Another example could be something like someone signs up for a class that you're going to offer, and you can set autoresponders to go out to remind people about the upcoming date. And you can set the autoresponders to go out on a specific day at a specific time on your list. And you don't have to worry about forgetting to send out the reminder about your upcoming class.
So obviously, email marketing is a great tool to use for your business to drive sales and keep customers coming back for more. However, if you don't follow best practices while you do it, your business could be running the risk of becoming spam. And having your emails marked as spam could actually lose you valuable customers and even get you booted from your email marketing platform, which you don't want to happen.
No, you don't.
And actually, most people believe that spam is an acronym, but believe it or not, it's actually named after the canned meat itself. It was named after a Monty Python skit in which customers in a restaurant could only order dishes with spam, and more spam. And just like the restaurant, you can't have email without spam. So let's take a minute here to talk about some ways to avoid becoming an annoying spammer. First and foremost, you need to make sure that your content is relevant. Have something that your subscribers will actually want and need. Don't just throw crazy deals and promotions at them. It really gets annoying quick. You want to be creative. You want to have something that's really going to attract their attention and make them want to click. not something that's just going to fill up their email box with annoying emails.
The next thing I think you want to really consider is, that all your email campaigns need to have is an opt-in, that you have permission to send that person emails. This means that you don't buy lists, and you don't take a list, let's say a chamber list or something, and use that. You also need to have emails. Your email campaigns need to have an unsubscribe, so that people, if they don't want to receive your emails anymore, that they can safely unsubscribe from the list.
And this is another reason why you should be using a service to do your email marketing. All the services out there that you can use have to comply with the CAN-SPAM Act. So using a service will help make sure that you are following all those laws in the CAN-SPAM Act.
And another interesting fact about spam filters is that they look for certain keywords in subject lines of emails. For example, keywords like free or download or click here can set off a spam flag. And it's okay to use those words, but use them in the content of the email, not in the subject line of the campaign.
And finally, you want to make sure that you are proofreading your emails and testing them. There actually are spam filters out there that look for spelling mistakes, poor punctuation, broken links in the email, poor code. So not only this won't only just set off spam filters, but also makes you kind of look unprofessional. And you want to be building credibility with the emails, not destroying it. So make sure that you're checking your spelling, checking your punctuation, making sure that all the links in the email are working. And it's also going to help you avoid becoming spam as well.
That's a great point. So let's talk about how you're going to measure your success. One of the great things about using email marketing is you're able to monitor your campaigns that you send out. And you can see who has clicked your email, who's clicked a link, who's gone to your site, who signed up for an event, etc., who's shared across social media.
Yeah, and one of the most common questions that we get a lot about email marketing is actually what is a good open rate and what is a good click rate? How many people do you want opening your emails? And while it may not seem like a lot, an open rate near 20 or 25% is actually fantastic. If you can get that open rate near 30%, you're pretty much an email marketing all-star. And if of those people that open your emails, if you can get about 15 to 20% of them to click, that's also fantastic. And so if you think about it, if you send out an email to 1,000 people and you're getting 25% to open it, that's 250 people that are opening your email. So it's really, you really shouldn't be surprised or angry if only 20% of your subscribers are opening your emails.
You also want to do some experimenting with your content and figuring out what works best for your business. You can try sending email campaigns on different days of the week. You can try different times of day. I think we feel here at Be Mighty 2 that sending early in the morning around 7 a.m. Works really great. It puts that email in their inbox, and when they get to work, it should be one of the first things that they see. Mm-hmm. We've also found that an afternoon email has a good response. Anywhere between 4 and 5 p.m. works well. Mm-hmm. I think trying different subject lines is a good way to kind of do some testing of the emails and different calls to actions.
So, and you also need to realize that email marketing is a process. It's not a one-time thing. It's something that you got to do over time. So you can't just send out one email campaign, see that 10% opened it, and say, oh, well, this doesn't work. You got to keep at it. If it doesn't work, try something else. And the more that you work at it, the better that you're going to become. You're gonna start seeing what subject lines are working well, what calls to action are working well, what times are working well, and you're going to put that all together, and you are going to become an email marketing all-star. So we just wanted to kind of put together a quick little bullet list here of what you should really be taking away from this webinar. The first thing is you need to be constantly building your subscribe list. If you don't have a big subscribe list, if you don't keep building that, your email marketing is not going to work. It's you got to constantly be building that. Find creative new ways to do that. Stay fresh, yeah, and just be creative with it. There's so many different ways that you can build your subscribe list, and just find what works best for your business and do it.
You also need to be, have a plan and a realistic plan, and set yourself up for success, and make sure that you follow through with that plan. I think Craig said earlier, you can't just do this once and say it doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
You need to stick to a plan, follow through, study your reports and build upon that.
Yep. And again, you always need, with your email marketing, you need to be driving traffic back to your website with strong, compelling, and creative content. You want that content to stand out to them, to make them want to click it. And you need that content then needs to drive them back to your website, make them want to find out more about your business, so that you can create regular customers and then eventually advocates for your business. And again, use best practices. Check your links, check the spelling, check your punctuation. Not only does it look professional if you have all that good spelling and punctuation and all your links are working, but it's also going to help you avoid spam filters as well.
And I think it's good to always send yourself a test before you send that out, because once you hit the send button, that's it. It's gone.
Right. And with Mighty Mail, you can actually send as many tests as you want, so you can just keep testing it and keep changing things. If there's things that aren't working, if there's spelling mistakes, you can just keep testing it as many times as you like.
And the last takeaway is to monitor your campaigns and to see how they're performing. And if you're not happy with the results you're seeing, you can take steps to change your strategies and create more engaging content.
Mm-hmm. And once again, it's a process. So stick with it. It's not going to work right from the get-go usually, but you just want to keep changing your strategies if they don't work, and eventually you'll find the things that are going to work for your business, and you need to put all those things that work together, and it'll work for you. So you didn't think we were going to give you all this information and give you nowhere to go, did you? So we just wanted to tell you quickly about Mighty Mail. It's really simple to use, and it's going to help you create easy and really beautiful campaigns. You're able to build lists quickly, and you'll be able to monitor your campaigns effectively. You'll be able to see who's clicking, who's sharing, who's opening links. And for joining us today for this webinar, we just want to extend you an offer. For our existing clients listening today, if you upgrade your email to a monthly plan, you're going to receive a free ongoing marketing consultation with your dedicated account manager. And your account manager is going to help you plan out your email marketing for the next few months and help you create some effective campaigns that are going to bring in some revenue for you. And for our new clients out there, we want to extend you an offer which includes 2 free branded email templates that you can use to create your email campaigns, as well as a free marketing consultation to help you kind of plan out where to go next once you have those templates. What your future email marketing campaigns are going to look like, how you should be targeting, how you should be building your subscribe forms in a way that's customized for your business.
So we'd like to now open this up for any questions that you may have. There is a little chat box in the corner, so if you have a question, let's see, what do we have here, Craig?
So one question we have here from Danielle is how much or how little should go in the emails in terms of content?
That's a great question, Danielle. It really depends. I think you have to remember that people are busy, And so you don't want to lose them in something that's too long. So you may want to try experimenting with dividing it up. And if you feel that your campaign has too many stories in it, you may want to save a few. And rather than only sending once or twice a month, try 3 or 4 times a month and just break that content out.
And another thing that you can do to try and figure out what might work best for your business is
ask.
Yeah, you could ask. You could ask your customers what kind of emails do you think that they would want, like a newsletter or something like that. But what you could also do is you could also send out a small email with little information and just like a big subject line and images. And then you could also send out a bigger email with more content and kind of gauge which one works best and kind of figure out which one is going to be better for your business, because it really depends on your business as well.
Right. And
Yeah.
I think if you're sending out a small one, you might just want to end the email campaign, or you may want to ask your clients when they come in, what would they like to see? Are there any particular issues, if that they're having, or what type of content are they interested in? What would they like to hear from you?
Yeah. So the next question we have here is from Dawn. It says, I have sent out several email blasts for events in the past few months, and I have gotten very little response.
Okay, Dawn. So I guess I would need a little more information to kind of to actually kind of comment on that. It could be something to do with your content. It could have to do with the amount of people that you are sending to, because if you have a list of only 200 or 300 people, and we go by the model of 20%, that's not really that many people that you're targeting. So I would really be interested in talking with you further, Dawn, about your issues, and feel free to email me or Craig, and we would love to kind of gather a little more information about what you've been experiencing and see how we can help you with that.
Yep. So another question we have here is, what happened? What could I do if I don't have a designer to design my emails?
Oh, that's a great question. So if you don't have a designer, certainly here at Be Mighty 2, we have a staff of designers that can always assist you with needing a little extra help in the design department. And we would love to, if that's something that you feel like you need help with, again, give Craig or I a call and reach out to us, and we'd be happy to talk to you about what that would look like. But Mighty Mail is easy to use, and I think you can, through the back end, you can easily add content and images. So we do try to set our clients up with something that's going to be easy for them to manage and create those beautiful emails.
So the next question that we have here is, should I reuse my content, or is that not good?
Oh, that's a great question.
Yeah.
You want to take this one?
Yeah, I'll take this one. So it is okay to reuse your content, and actually it could save you a lot of time in rewriting emails. But you just need to be careful that you're not sending similar emails one after another with the same content in them, just because it's going to get old, and then you may run into some people marking you as spam or unsubscribing. So use that content and kind of change it around a little bit. Add different images, different links.
Update it,
keep it fresh. Yeah. So it is okay to reuse content, but make it fresh, make it different. So we have another question here, who's actually one of our small business advisors. He asked, being an SBA, do I have access to try the functionality of Mighty Mail to better explain to clients?
Yes, you do. And we'd love to, talk with you more about that. So yes, it's a great way to reach your clients.
And the final question that we're going to ask here is, does Mighty Mail include A/B split testing? Mighty Mail does include it, but for a lot of small businesses, A/B split testing doesn't work. What A/B split testing is you could take one big list of your subscribers, and you can try two different campaigns. So, for instance, you could send out one email to half of them that has one subject line, and another email to half of them with a different subject line, and you can kind of, with the same list, figure out which one works best. But for a lot of small businesses with small lists under 1,000, it really doesn't work well because you really don't have enough subscribers to kind of make it relevant.
If I can jump in,
Yeah.
I think you can, over time, if you're consistent with your email marketing efforts and you're sticking to consistent pattern of how many emails you're sending or how many campaigns you're sending out, through reviewing of your reports, you're going to be able to see what's working good and what's not so successful. So reviewing your reports is a way to gather more information. So with that said, I think this has been a great webinar. We want to thank you again for joining us today. I know everybody's busy, and we've enjoyed giving this presentation to you. Over the next month, we'll be well, you want to talk about our next webinar?
We'll actually be sending you some information soon, but we're trying to make this into a monthly marketing webinar. So next month, we're going to be talking about ways that you can become a 5-star marketer for your business. Things that you can do right away that can get your business marketing like an all-star. So we'll be sending you some information in the next coming week about this next webinar. And also, after this presentation is over, you'll receive a link to watch the recording of the webinar, so you can go back and watch it again. And you also receive a PDF version of the slides, so you can just go back and review it. If you have any sort of questions at all, please feel free to email Holly or I. We'd love to talk to you about it. And thanks again, and we hope to talk to you all soon.